You're listening to the Professional Rambler podcast. Okay, so get ready and let's chat. Hi, my name is Safi, and you're listening to the Professional Rambler podcast. This is episode 5, where I'm going to talk about the quiet kid phenomenon. I know this is very interesting, but I just thought it would be interesting to get the perspective of someone who was a quiet kid. I don't know if I particularly... I am, because I never really talked to anyone. Maybe it was the fact that I had no friends. I did have... Okay, I don't need to bring myself down. I'm not a Debbie Downer. But... I'm talking about the quiet kid phenomenon. I know we've all seen that quiet kid who just stays to themselves, don't talk, and you refuse to admit that they have a personality because you've never seen it. But there's so many factors on why someone is a quiet kid. I'm putting it in quotation marks. So every time I say quiet kid, the one thing that really made me want to make this episode, because I was ready to record this podcast. But I just couldn't. I don't know why. Because I like making the podcast. And I have the topics to make the podcast. But yet I couldn't. And I like talking. So the 3 main factors of wanting to start a podcast, I have it. I'm starting a podcast, recording the podcast. I have it. I love talking. I'm a talker. I'm an amazing talker. No, I'm not an amazing talker. I'm just a rambler. Hence the name. Hence the name of this podcast. So... before I start this podcast, I want to do a weekly check-in. Obviously, because it's a weekly podcast. So smart. So, I want to do so I saw, the person that gave me the idea was this, I saw this podcast, the Fantasy Podcast by Natalie Malte. It's a motivational type podcast, but it's like you're talking to... I don't listen to any motivational podcast, but it's just you're talking to someone. So she was doing a weekly check-in, and I was like, wait, why am I not doing that? I like talking, and I like talking about myself. So why am I not doing a weekly podcast? I am doing a weekly podcast, but why am I not doing a weekly check-in? So my highs for this week would probably be that I'm going off to college in about a week and a half. It's kind of scary and also kind of exciting. I think more exciting, so that's why it's at my highs. But I just feel I can't wait to just be by myself and just living life. What's cool? What's popping? And I can't. That's one thing. My lows will be someone try to dox me. Who dox someone if they're not famous or anything? Who dox someone if they try to dox me on whatchamacallit? They try to dox me on TikTok. I said it. TikTok, what's the reason? I'm anyway, because I bully conservatives. They're we'll see if your college thinks it's a joke. I'm bae. I'm at least I'm not the one that... Because at least I'm not the one that dehumanized the whole race for centuries. All I'm doing is just, making some, little fairy... The fairy / sprinkler lights joke. I'm putting a joke in the middle. Yeah, because a joke is the same thing as dehumanizing the whole race for centuries. And dehumanizing everyone that's not Caucasian. But so I was child, anyway, do it. Do it. Because I'm not doing shit wrong. So, that got handled. They deleted the account. I'm bitch, I'm an open book. I'll tell you anything you need to know, baby girl. Peace. Beep, beep, beep. So, now we're gonna get to... With this episode, I didn't take notes. I have no notes. This is going to be a free thinker episode. So, I'm going to just talk about my perspective of being the quiet kid and why I kind of became the quiet kid. Because I wasn't always the quiet kid. I was kind of I was talkative. I'm a talker. I'm a talker. I like to ramble. I just ramble about all things. But then, I think it mainly started in 3rd grade. When I first got to America, I would talk. But everyone just seemed to hate it. And they were shut the fuck up. They didn't say that, but that's the gist of it. It was shut the fuck up and stop talking. And I would be fuck you, it doesn't... I should probably not curse. But I'll be honestly, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. So I'm just honestly, I don't even care. So I was just talking. But then got to the point where my family also was you talk too much. if they didn't say you talk too much to my face. It's just like when I'm talking, like they're not listening. So it just felt like I was just talking to a wall, and it just felt really annoying. I'm just like, what's the point of me talking if no one even wants to even listen? And I know talking, I know like you can talk and talk just to you, whatever makes you happy. But it's just like it gets to a point of like where it gets to a point of like you're just like, what's the point? So you just shut the fuck up. Generally. So you're just like, so like I would just sit in class and just not talk if I knew the answer in class. Really, because I'm not the smartest or not the brightest. So I'll kind of just like I'll just stay there because I felt like if I was talking, someone would make fun of the way I talked or just. And I think a factor of me being the quiet kid was my accent or whatever. People would just be like, "What is she saying?" I don't even know what she's saying. So I was just like, so it just kind of got a lot on my nerves, and I was just like, anyway. So I would just sit in class, come to school every day. It's like I liked going to school. I know, strange, such a weird phenomenon. Oh my god, I think phenomenon is my new favorite word. But like, honestly, it's just like everyone just was just no one would listen to me, or if they would just be like, what is she saying? Or like it's just like a lot of negative connotations to talking. Just was shit. I hated it. And then in high school, there was this one girl who was like super quiet in all the class, and I was like I wanted to talk to her because I felt like I knew where she was coming from, but like I think it was like French class or something where like she didn't have a partner because like she didn't talk, and like this one boy was like oh my gosh, she's so weird. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be partners because he was sitting right next to her, and we're doing like sit partners thingy that like every two people you partner up. So it was like she doesn't talk. She's like weird, and it's like it's like he said it where she could hear because he was sitting right next to her. But I was like, that was me. So I was like, what if I work with her? Because I didn't, when I say what if I work with her, I don't mean that in like a negative context, but I'm just like, okay, let me try to talk to her and stuff. But like, she didn't even want to talk to me. I was just like, cool. I like, and then when she did talk, her voice was like really low. So it's like, I'm just like, I don't know. I was just like, so it was like hard for me to picture her personality because I guess I've never seen her like. I knew she was a dog because she's always like sketching or like drawing in class but just like I just was like I don't know what I'm supposed to do because she's not talking. But like she like we just worked on the project together, and then like she was talking and I was like, bitch, I'm dumb. I was like, huh, can you say it again? And I kept moving close. I was like, can you say it again? Because her voice was like really low and I'm a very high talker, so like I'm just like, sis, I don't know what you're saying, but because you're really low, because so like fuck, like, so this is me on a regular basis. I'm just talking, but like her voice was like, so this is me on a regular basis. That was like her voice, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. But like we all worked it out. It was cool. So I began to be more of myself and more speaking out in class. I think late junior year / like maybe middle of senior year. I was just like honestly I can't say middle of senior year because we were in coronavirus my middle of senior year. But like beginning of senior year, I used my Snapchat to like really be more confident in my voice and just really be able to use my big brain energy that I have because I'm so smart. Just kidding. But like I used for me social media as a quiet kid was very beneficial. I really liked using social media. Like whenever I saw like videos of saying social media is so toxic, and I'm just like, sis weird. Like I met my internet friends from like they're so amazing. Love them to death. I met them I used YouTube as my creative outlet in talking, and I loved it. I loved making skits. I just loved it. They're all in private. But like I really loved doing it. I just loved making the thumbnails, and like I was just like talking to my phone. I was just it was a vibe. We loved it. It was amazing. Great, amazing, spectacular. But like that's the point. I enjoyed making it because it was fun and I liked it. So but like when I went to school, I would be super quiet. And then people find my YouTube channel. I'm like, I was embarrassed, but I was like, honestly, at some point I was just like, fuck it, go ahead, subscribe. Do I give a fuck? No, but they never actually watched my videos. I was like, whatever. So it's just like I wasn't embarrassed of my YouTube channel. I was more like, why? What was? Because the point of talking about my channel was to make fun of me. So I was just like, so it was just like bullying. So I was just like, what's your reason? So it kind of got on my nerves because I'm just like, that's just bullying because I wasn't really embarrassed. I was just more embarrassed that they were like using it in that connotation and that manner. I'm like, they're like, subscribe to Safi's channel. But then like when someone says subscribe to Safi's channel like that, they don't necessarily mean it as like a good connotation. It's more like, haha, she just like talks to herself in the camera, ha 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 ha. But I'm just like, child, get that bread, get that head, then leave. Anyway. So it was just like that phenomenon, the phenomenon of like the quiet kid not having a personality. But like now that you've heard it a little bit from like a quiet kid herself, oh my god, so great, love that for me. But like now that I hope it kind of helps you to understand where we're coming from when we're quiet, because either like people in our lives have told us that not to talk, or like bullying of how we talk, and just like there's so many factors of why someone's a quiet kid. Or maybe they're just quiet. But like also another like factor is like TikTok. I think like gay TikTok or like hot TikTok is kind of like a way is all the quiet kids basically being themselves. Like there's this one TikToker like Arlington or something like that. He like posts a lot. I love him. But like you would never think he's like a quiet kid, but like, and just a lot of TikTokers, like a lot, they're all just like, they were in school, they're like the quiet kid that no one ever talks about. Like they're not, but like on TikTok they're popular because people want to hear their voices. And like I would create a TikTok because I have a lot to say, but then I also don't feel like my look has a factor on TikTok. I feel like it doesn't fit the look. Like all the black girls on TikTok are so pretty. They have their hair done, they got the makeup done, they got their eyebrows done, and then there was just me. I just look like a ball of egg with a bunch of just like dark spots on my face. Like my hair is whack. I just don't feel like the mode. So that's the one reason I don't post on TikTok, because I'm just like I hate it. I'm just like because they're all just so pretty, and then there was me. I'm just like, yeah, I think my place is more Twitter. Even though no one likes my shit. But I have some shit to speak. Follow my Twitter. It's Safiat20. 20. Where did 20 come from? 70. If you can't spell Safiat, SAFIYAT 70. So, it's a black woman stand account. But, yeah. Anyway, so like with the quiet kid phenomenon, this is kind of a shorter episode, but like it's just like how like everyone like just assumes like quiet kid has no personality, and like so like how I was quiet in class, I use YouTube as a creative outlet. I use talking to my Instagram friends, my online friends as a social outlet. Like the girl in my class, she used drawing as a creative outlet. Like we find something to make us. Like, some people use coding as a creative outlet. But it's just like, because we don't feel comfortable talking because of the way people have treated us, we try to find a more way to be ourselves without feeling like we're bothering people, if that makes any sense. Because something happened in 3rd grade that made me not want to talk anymore. But like the 3rd grade kids know what happened, but the 4th grade kids are like, why don't she ever talk? She's just a weirdo. Or like the high school kids is like, why don't she ever talk? She's just a weirdo. But like there's a lot of trauma behind that, like that they don't know, nor do they care to know, or they're just like whatever. She's like weird, so they just brush it off and just be like whatever. But with me, I started to like get more comfortable with myself. Like junior year, I was like whatever, it's cool. I was just like, yo, let's just call it a day, because I was just tired. I was just like, everyone just like my family just like, even till today, like if I'm talking, I just feel like I'm completely ignored. I'm just like cool, or like I feel like no one wants to talk to me, and I guess that's the point of talking this podcast, is to kind of like give myself that space to talk without feeling judged. So that's one thing I was really So it's just like talking talking, even though no one's listening, but just talk, and gives me that space to talk in real life that I don't get to talk to, and just like it feels that empty void, and that's why a lot of the quiet kids end up like just, it's not, I mean, they end up sounding crazy, but you like the voice, because if you're not talking to people in real life, like the voice, I don't know, is it just me? I don't know. I don't want to. But like the voice in my head is really strong. Like if I'm not like physically talking out of my mouth like this, like the inside of my brain is like active. It's like they just be talking and talking. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Can you please shut the fuck up? So yeah, that's the quiet kid phenomenon. So just don't always feel the need to rush in to judge someone for being quiet, and just allow them to just take their time when they feel comfortable. I felt comfortable in my junior year to give it a shot to talk. Okay, so I just wanted to say, like, just talk to us. Like, we want you to talk to us. We want you to build that relationship where we want to be talked to. Like, I didn't think I had the patience to really. So it's just, we want you to talk to us. We want you to act like when she starts to warm up to me, but like not to the fullest, because I'm still like, but like it's just like warm up to us and just talk to us. Like if you see someone quiet, talk to them. Talk to us. We want that. We love that. We amazing, spectacular, amazing. Do it. Just talk to us. Try to build a connection, a relationship, whether the person feels comfortable enough to really talk to you. No one still like talk to me. But it's just like I was able to more like vibe with people, and just like not vibe, like they still didn't want dogs and me like that. But like I was able to meet some people that I wouldn't have when I was quiet, and I was able to try out a lot of other stuff. And it's just like it's weird that it's weird that people like you won't get shit if you don't talk, and I don't like that. Like I guess it's a good thing to put yourself out there, but like sometimes just intimidating because of how past shit has handled you, and you're just like, what if I'm not gonna get it? I'm not gonna be interested. I'm just gonna work in a business office, no talking, just commit to that whole life. And I hope to that girl in French class, I really hope she like finds her voice in college or whatever she does post high school. Cause I look, I want to get her Instagram, but just I was like, that's gonna be weird, isn't it? I don't want it to be weird, but like. I just like I hope she finds her voice, and I hope she's able to like really understand herself. So yeah, to all my quiet kids, hi, I want to talk to you. I'm here to listen. I want to talk also. I want to talk to you, and if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But I'm just very excited about this, and I think that's it for this episode. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you can DM me on my podcast account, or my actual account. It's Professional Rambler podcast, and that's it for this episode. And if you guys want to see more of me, you can go check out my other podcast or check me out on my Instagram. I'm always posting something. Yeah, DM me or let's have a party together. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.